Good evening, Kenyans. We are live. We want to begin by apologizing. We were to bring this program at 9:30 to 10, but due to technical challenges, we had to readjust. Nevertheless, better late than never. So in studio today, we have our guest, Isabella Kidinji. She is the Secretary General of Kenya Reform Party. She's one of the people who attended the Mwanzo Mpya. Is it Mwanzo Mpya? The caucus in Azimio, which is composed of parties. I don't want to call them small parties, but many other parties which were not the main Jubilee and ODM. So they had a discussion, and we just want to know whether issues have been sorted and they are ready to go. So I want to welcome her. Let her introduce herself and go straight to the point and tell us what happened. You know, Kenyans who are in a panic, especially the Azimio supporters, they wondered what is happening.
Thank you very much, Eric. And thank you, our viewers. My name is Isabel Gedenji, the Secretary General of Kenya Reform Party. And we are one of the parties who had a conference yesterday, a presser. And we were calling upon our principals at the larger Azimio coalition to include our issues. You know, Eric, in this constitution that we bequeathed ourselves, the issue of inclusivity is key, and it is not there for decoration. It is in processes such as this that the element of inclusivity becomes very, very important. And as you're saying rightly, that all parties are registered political parties. They have what you call certificates of registration. That is the membership. That is what identifies a party. So I don't know how they are measured as small or big and all that, but the identity of a party is in its registration. So we are a group, let me call us a group of parties who had come together, and parties of like minds who had we had that common vision of supporting the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And we had certain conversations that had taken place much earlier and more quietly. And we got to a point where now we realized that days are running out, and we wanted some matters tidied up. And unlike others who had been making a lot of noise in the media and all other places, we were quiet. However, time was running out, and we needed to have certain matters tidied up in-house. There was nothing that was to rock the Azimio boat. No, it was just, mambo ya kinyumbani. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As an SG, we have had many parties. Okay, some parties, people argue that we were given a document and told to sign here. And the SG signed on behalf of the parties without knowing the content. As an SG for Kenya Reform Party, did you sign a document you had no idea?
You know, Eric, in principle, because we went round to our NDCs, and we had parties pass resolutions. What were those resolutions about? There was a meeting of the mind. There was a general consensus of what the agreement would contain. We may not have gone into the nitty-gritties, but there was the overall agenda of coming together under Azimio coalition, which primarily is on forming the next government, and secondly, going in as a coalition of parties. And thirdly, that's now what we're calling the coalition political party. And thirdly, is to support the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga as the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya. Those were the details. Those were the issues. Those others were just, what you can generally imagine a document would carry. But that was the core. So anybody saying that they don't know what they were signing, and yet their parties, respective parties, had signed resolutions to the effect, then they're not being honest.
Okay. Did you guys have a problem with the change of name? I noticed the name had changed. Most of the parties, when you are making your you are doing your NDCs and endorsing Azimio candidate.
Yes.
The name was Azimio la Umoja.
Yes.
Now, whatever the document that was taken to the Register of Political Parties is Azimio la Umoja Kenya, One Kenya.
One Kenya.
So, did you get shocked that the name had changed, or you were consulted?
Eric, even as we are supporting the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, we appreciate that he will make certain decisions that are in the best interest of the coalition, and it is not always that he will have time to come and consult with us. One of the reasons why we are nominating him is because we trust in his judgment. We trust in his leadership. Okay, so we do not expect that at every corner he will have to come back to us. Just like even within the political parties, you will find that there's a body, there's an organ, but sometimes it is there for ratification. That when decisions are to be made, there are certain people who have been tasked with the mandate of making decisions on behalf of the party in the best interest. And therefore, we must equally, because we are forming a coalition political party, understand that the leadership, we have to give them the mandate, and this is what we are trusting the Right Honorable Raila with, that there are times he will have to make decisions in the best interest, and there may not always be room for consultation in the interest of time and sometimes the sensitivity of the matters. So in essence, we are saying
Now,
we agree with the decision. I'm sure he made an informed decision in arriving at, the amendment to the name.
now, when did you guys realize that you need four legs and not 3 legs of the stool?
Eric, some things in politics happen behind the scenes. And because we're in a political contest, it is a competitive contest. So it is not always that you go airing everything that you are working on so that everyone is in the know. Some things happen behind the scenes. And therefore, the legs, or the story about the legs or the pillars, if you like, were just ways of mobilizing support for the coalition. So a number of parties would sit together and come to a meeting of the minds and say, yes, we agree together. We agree that we can plug in. Okay, so Mwanzo Mpya was an outfit like that, made of political parties who came together and agreed that they are in agreement with a common agenda and decided to plug in. And yes, it is not that we decided on our own. We had also, sought for an entry, because you don't just go into a house that you find already under construction and you assume that nobody has put effort in constructing it. So you will ask, who are the contractors here we would want to also partner? And therefore we had been allowed or admitted or accepted to come together and continue with our formation as a fourth leg, if you like, a table. So, I mean, so that we can make it as a table and move away from the stool. And there's a benefit to a table.
Before you conclude that issue,
Sorry? Yes.
Before you conclude that issue, there were the political parties that showed up for the Mwanzo Mpya press hour. Okay, according to the information in the newsroom, was 8. We don't know
Yes.
how many were they.
Eight.
So the question then is, if we had 3 legs, and then the 8 are making the 4th leg. So don't you think there will be another 5th and 6th leg for the remaining parties? Or what is the fate of the remaining parties? Because up to now Azimio has around between 22 to 29 parties. I don't know even the exact number.
Eric, the more the merrier. And I will not speak
what
for
I'm saying, I don't have a problem with the number. What I'm saying is, why didn't you come as the remaining parties and form one caucus, rather than come as 8, form Kenya Mwanzo Mpya? Then the remaining, where will they fit? Or are they in agreement with you?
I don't have the details, Eric, of how the other parties are plugging in. And I would not even go there, because I don't have that information and I cannot speak for them. I can only speak about Mwanzo Mpya, because that I know about, because I am party to it. And I believe that every party which signed that document found a route in, by whatever name they would call their route. Us guys, we called ours Mwanzo Mpya. I don't know. Every other party must have found a route in. But also what I want to state, Eric, is that in as much as we were, like what you can call a lobby group, how you can come together, yet when it comes to actually signing into the agreement, we are signing as individual political parties. Okay, because the way the law is structured is that you cannot be part of another coalition and join another coalition. Any party can only be a member of one coalition at any given time. So we are signing the document as political parties in our own entities, but that we can chit chat together, that we can come together and push a certain agenda, that is allowed.
Sorry, I'm talking on mute. Sorry for that. I'm saying the other issue is you had endorsed Raila Odinga as the Azimio candidate, but now you want to be included in getting the running mate. Is it the proper way of doing things?
Yes,
we thought
yes.
the candidate now looks for his running mate.
Yes, the candidate can look for his running mate. But you see, Eric, it is in...
Well, let me rephrase the question. Did you come together as Mwanzo Mpya so that you can create a force and then have one of you picked as a running mate?
Good question, Eric. Every political party exists to capture power. And power is government, and power is also the other opportunities that come with government. It is also about your manifestos and policies and all that. So yes, as we came together, it is to also strengthen each other. And one of the things that we were very strongly advocating for as Mwanzo Mpya into Azimio coalition is the inclusion of industrialization and manufacturing and job creation as a way of alleviating poverty in this country for good. So yes, we were coming together because we wanted to pressure for certain issues so that they can form the policy of government. What we have not put on the table is any struggles about positions and all that. We have only brought on board the element of representation so that as a formation, we are also represented in the governance structure of the coalition political party so that our issues, we can always push and advocate for them. Other than that, we have not tabled any other demands regarding power or power sharing or anything of the sort. All we are saying is that continuous consultations must happen every time there is what you can call a major issue. And the element of a deputy president is a major issue in this country. Why? Because the way our constitution is structured, because when a vacancy happens in the presidency, in the office of the president, the deputy president immediately becomes president. So we are basically electing a person who we know may, in case of any eventualities, become president without further consulting us. So we are, nominating
So
two with
today's
that in mind.
meeting,
Yes,
today's meeting,
yes.
what are the assurances on these issues we are discussing? Today's meeting, did it sort
Yes,
out all your concerns?
yes. I appreciate the Right Honorable Raila Odinga for listening to our issues. First of all, our tone was not um, a complaining tone. We were not complaining. We were only saying, look, we are coming and we are part of us, and we also need you to know these are our areas of concern and interest. So he listened, and all our issues were addressed to our satisfaction, to be very honest. And as I said, as we started, we
Are you
had
going,
no,
let me be specific. Are
yes,
you going to be included in the governing council, the 11 members of the governing council?
yes. So our representation has been captured at the apex body of the coalition so that as we agree down here, then the representation also is presented at the table.
Okay. Then there's this elephant in the room, huh?
Yes,
The nominations and the candidates and the zoning of areas.
yes.
How did it go? What did you guys agree on? That is the elephant in the room right now.
Yes, there were concerns that were across all political parties that, because there were some rumors being peddled around that the country is going to be zoned, and the strong parties who have presence in certain areas are going to, have the areas allocated to them. And, all of us, all these political parties have processed aspirants to run for various positions in this country. And it would not favor us if we do not, if we are not able to have our aspirants contesting in the elections. One of the reasons is because for any party to access the political party funding, it is pegged on the performance of the party and the aspirants at the elections. So if you are not fielding candidates, then you're out of the game as far as it comes to political party funding. So we were assured that
Yeah, it
the
looks
issue of
nice.
zoning,
It
yeah.
looks nice that way.
Mm,
It looks nice that way. Every party to
yes,
field candidates, but think of this. You are 20 around. Let's say you are 20
call it 30.
29 parties,
Yes.
and yeah, and you have 30 candidates of Azimio in one area, and the opponents have one candidate who has high chances of winning.
No, Eric. When I say that the element of zoning is, first of all, don't lock anyone out, is also not to say that we are going to be foolish about how we approach elections, because it's also about winning and having strength in parliament, in senate, and the county assemblies. So it is not that we don't understand political strategy. All we are saying is that there will be a meeting of the minds again on these issues. So consensus building will happen on the matters of nominations amongst the parties, so that we look at, first of all, what you can call a winning formula. That is key. That is bottom line. We are not lost on that. But we're also saying we will talk to each other concerning that issue.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so for Jubilee we have Uhuru Kenyatta in the governing council. For ODM we have I don't know if Baba himself, I think, and then in Oka it was to be represented by Kalonzo Musyoka. So the fourth pillar who is representing you.
Eric, allow me to answer you that question tomorrow after that matter has been
Okay.
finalized. We went home with an assignment to sort out that matter,
Okay.
and then we will confirm and I'll advise us.
At least there is a slot for you guys. That
Yes,
is all what we want to know. There
we
is
are.
a slot
Yes,
for
we
you
are
guys.
there at the table. Yes.
Yeah, you seem to be unhappy with the entry of Tuju at the secretariat,
No, 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 no,
or is
no.
it because you are...
Half information is always bad. If you do not understand why, or you do not have complete information, then of course you will have people resist it. But Baba explained to us that Tuju has now been appointed as the executive director, who will head the secretariat. And in that sense, he will sit with the party's secretary generals. Those are like the duty officers of every political party. So that these issues I'm talking about consensus building within the parties and all that, at that level, they are handled. We have agreements, we have consultations amongst ourselves, and then even on matters of nominations and all that, that body that now Tuju will be handling and heading will be handling all these issues, and we will be there. And the political parties SGs are good people. They are good here up, and they understand politics, they understand strategy. They also understand that we are forming a government here, so there'll be give and take. So I don't know who is resisting him. We have no resistance because we know he can work. And until and unless he, does anything that we don't like, for now, he has all our support.
Okay. Let me see one or two questions that viewers, although there were viewers who had earlier come and left because of the challenges. But let me
Sadly.
see if there are a few concerns we can address then as we wind up.
Yes.
Salome anasema so excited that the little manenos that has been cooking up in Azimio has been sorted out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, viewers, Azimio diehards want to hear that that disquietness has been sorted out.
True.
Linet anasema hi Bernard, Madhagarua joined Azimio as NAC. Where is Azimio Oka coming from? Where are other parties that joined Azimio with no conditions? The likes of DAP, Maendeleo chapter. So I think he's getting concerned that if there are parties that wanataka washughulikiwe na zile zenye zimenyamaza, what happens? You
Eric,
can answer in one statement.
power is grabbed, and nobody invites you to the table. You push your way in. If you're too quiet, nobody will, come calling you out there. So then what you call the noise that we were making was only to say, hi, we are here. By the way, when we came on board, Mother Karua and Co have found us there. Wiper have found us there. We went in long before anyone knew, and we went in without conditions. In fact, the others are the ones who have come with conditions. They are the ones who have come to say, we want this, etc., etc. So we are like, hey, so what happens to us, Because if people are being considered for this or the other, then we too should be considered. And we are many. Mother Karua has come with NAC Kenya only. Wiper has come with Wiper only. We are 8 parties put together, some of which you have named there are part of the Mwanzo Mpya, actually, if I could confirm that. So Mwanzo Mpya is not made of parties that are, out there. It's just these parties that you're talking about. It's that they were just a bit quiet. They had supported, and we continue, by the way, to support without conditions. Ours were not conditions.
So
They
you
are
were
very
asleep until
reasonable.
Kalonzo awoke you up.
Sorry?
You guys were asleep until Kalonzo woke you up
No,
with
no, no.
conditions.
On the contrary, Eric, because we were there and we formed the 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 28, 29 parties or whatever it is, others who are on the outside saw, we are missing out. This train is about to leave town and it is carrying so many people. Why am I being left out? It is because of our presence that others became convinced that this is the train to join. So we are saying we were not, bus stops, the way they have those touts who call in people to come and join, and then they are left at the bus stop. We say, no. We were also going. We were also passengers. We should not be left out, even as others have come in. And that is all we were saying, that, hey, guys, we are part of the team that is going. That is it. That nothing more than that. And this kind of things, you expect them. And it is better somebody who talks, Eric, so that you can sort out their issues. And like one who doesn't talk and they they rock the boat from inside, Yeah, it's better people who talk and then you're able to solve the issues and then you work together. And this kind of talks will continue. No wonder there's arbitration along the way, so that this kind of talks can continue, and all issues can always be solved as and when they arise.
Okay, Ombaka says that this is where we go wrong. Can someone advise Mutua that we don't care about party interest, but we focus on a bigger picture which is winning the presidency. There are people who are worried that you guys are rocking the ship. In fact, you did not only place your demands, you also came with threats. You told us that even KKA is an option. Afadhali Oga walisema KA is not an option. You guys said that KA is an option.
No.
Why did you have to lower that?
Eric, people can get very emotive on issues, but I'll tell you that the position of Mwanzo Mpya as a formation is that we are in Azimio and there's no time. And that's what I'm telling you, the tone, our tone, was that we are in Azimio and we are going to, quote unquote, even raise our issues and concern from the inside, not from the outside. We were not threatening to go anywhere. If somebody who has personal ambitions would speak like that, it is not on behalf of the formation. Because whereas we are a coalition of parties, or sorry, a formation of parties, there are still people who have that individual interest. But for us, our core interest and our focus is on taking Baba to State House. That is what brought us together. Anyone who is deviating from that is not speaking from the script, is off target.
Okay, I heard one of your members of Mwanzo Mpya said that I received a call, unfamiliar call. Have you received one? Unfamiliar call from the other side? Uitiwe kitu nono. You can change your mind.
Yeah.
Uende ufalishe kofia yellow.
Hamna. But it has never been my color. But that's not even what I'm saying. Eric, we are at a point where by now everyone has already decided who they want to support. I don't think there's any politician at this time who does not really know where they are going and the road that takes them there. If you're speaking on behalf of the people within your party, because parties have already made declarations. Parties have already done their resolutions. So today, as Isabel, I cannot wake up because I have received a call from God knows where, and I begin to move in a certain direction, and yet the party gave me the mandate to take it towards a certain direction. That is not leadership. That is self-seeking, and those are selfish ambitions. And then at that point, you cannot purport to be carrying the aspirations of the members of your political party. You cannot wake up, Eric, and decide this is the way I want to go. Not when you're in party leadership. But as an aspirant, as a person in your own capacity, you can, but not as a party leader.
Okay. Arrest anasema Baba the 5th Azimio itatulia very soon. That is Jen.
Yes.
Tua anasema atialala. Hao ni Azimio damu.
Kama sisi.
Kuna John anasema share the link. The link, there is a general discussion going on. So after this, we are going to have a general discussion. So Otieno anasema she's beauty with brains. Okay. Mwingine hapo juu aliuliza kama uko single, sawa tu. So everybody anasema ODM nominations in Kisii County has chaos. I think there was a meeting they will sort out. Andrea anasema how can a party without a single MP claim that they are equal partners with a party like ODM? The word equal is relative, I think.
Yes.
For example, when they tell you a balanced diet, each ingredient comes in its own measure.
Yes.
So equality has, I think what they are arguing is an equitable recognition of each party and its role, not that they have the same strength,
Yes.
but they have the same agenda, and each has an important role to play. That is the main message. Uh-huh. Eric, many parties appeared satisfied. Maendeleo gave us a mixed signal this morning. Are they now satisfied? According to Isabella, you guys are sorted, but now you have a duty to return your followers. You see, people lost some 20% degree of confidence in you guys. You have
Yesterday.
a duty to return your followers and give them confidence that we are on the same track, and we were just ironing out issues. So I'll give you a chance to inspire the followers. Let me just finish one or two comments. Cecilia, I like that confidence of Isabella behind you. I'm behind you, okay? Josephat anasema Azimio la umoja iko sawasawa. Oita anasema my friend, hamjaona tsunami ya Raila. He's enigma, okay? Nani anasema you are very sharp, and by the way, are you single? I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, but now wewe mwenyewe chitetei mambo ya single and whatever. But the main thing is you have a duty here
Yes.
to assuage and persuade the followers that we're not going to have any other wrangles. We are going to have now serious focus on campaign until we deliver the seat.
Yes.
Yeah, come to think of this, if we wrangle until we lose the seat or we lose the confidence. So that is, and there are people who are having perception that the other side is quiet and it's focused. What do you tell them? So the floor is yours now.
Thank you, Eric. I want to tackle number one, the issue of the wrangles. I want to reiterate that we did not have wrangles. We only needed to tidy up something and tie it up only because there's a deadline which is coming up on the 9th of April, which is Saturday. We only had few days left before the coalition agreement is deposited with the registrar. So why that had to come up now, and I'm glad that it came up now, because once it's done, and it is done, I'm confirming now that it is done. As we deposit that document, we are all now going to what you call party nominations. All these parties that are forming the coalition, remember, are also political parties in their own rights. And so they are now going back to their households to conduct the party nominations. And then collectively, then again, we will decide on how we are fronting our candidates as a coalition. So we just had a window left of about 2 days to finish up that matter, and it's done. So that's now gone, and I'm insisting it was not a wrangle. It was just tidying up. We never intended to rock the Azimio boat. We cannot birth a child and not nurture it to full maturity and to its full potential. Azimio is our baby. It is not a baby we are going to strangle. It is a baby we are nursing, and it is a baby that we are going to raise. And it is for a long time coming. So we are home, and this is our home. But that you can sweep your house so that it's clean, that's okay. that you can clean it up is okay, but it is your home, it is yours to make the best of it. So Azimio is our home, make no doubt about it. And truly, Eric, I also want to say that those people who have the notion that it's just a small political party, if you give it even an average, the lowest minimum membership of 50,000, when you come to 10 political parties with a minimum of 50,000, and I'm being very modest with that figure, you're at 500,000 votes. That is not a vote any presidential candidate can say, I don't need it. 2013, I think the presidential vote was determined with a difference of about 6,000. You know, the kind of vote that can be garnered by just one MCA from one of these political parties. So Baba understands the power behind 8 political parties. And these parties also have, away from the membership, they also have aspirants. Aspirants who are also mobilizing on the ground. And as they are mobilizing for themselves, they're also mobilizing for the presidential candidate. So the aggregate of all our aspirants and the people who can vote for them is in millions. So you can't afford to just say, those are small political parties. I'm telling you, Eric, that though they are big stars, they are the fewer ones. The smaller stars are more. And so together they shine brightest. So a big star cannot say, I don't need the small stars around me. And the small stars cannot say, we don't need the big star. They just must form the constellation together. And that is what a coalition political party is. Big and small, and then also because of regions from wherever these parties are strongest in, and also the capacities of the people who form these political parties. You cannot afford to say to someone like Governor Ngilu, who has run even for presidential as a presidential candidate, and who is one of the leaders of women in this country, and the women form the largest voting bloc, and say, who is she? You know? So for as long as Governor Ngilu is there, she carries the aspirations of so many women who say, indeed, leadership is possible for women. So as she sits at the council, she sits there representing the aspirations of girls and young leaders like us who are emerging and who are looking unto them for training and for mentorship. So every person matters. They come with something. Every party matters. It comes with membership. It comes with aspirants. And it also comes with manifestos, Eric. As we see it as KRP, for example, we are big on industrialization. We are saying that if we are going to alleviate poverty in this country, and better still, if we are going to create wealth in this country, we have to go the manufacturing way. We cannot continue to be a consumer economy. We have to become a producer economy with a minimum of 1 industry per ward. Okay? So we are not bringing nothing to the table. We are bringing ideas. If you see, it's a combination of so many things. So Eric, I want to tell our supporters that our focus now, the things that were on the sidelines, we have now taken care of most of them, including that one of processing aspirants. Nominations are coming up, and very soon we are all going to fall in line, and the only event that will be ahead of us is 100% campaigning for Baba. So we are bringing our focus closer to the main focus. Okay, but and so we continue. Let us remain steadfast, and we are not going to lose votes, and we are not going to split our votes, and we are not going to lose momentum. We are going to build momentum. So every day we are getting strong.
I want your thoughts on these 2 issues, and then as we close.
Yes.
One, we hear that on the mountain,
yes,
Mount Kenya, People are campaigning, having posters, especially the Azimio candidates.
Yes.
But you can't put poster for Baba on the. You cannot put a photo of Baba on the posters. Is it true?
You know, Eric, we have entered the season, the mad season, the season of madness. Propaganda will supersede reality. There'll be truths, half truths, lies, all those things. Basically, is a smear campaign. Of course, by our opponents to try and say just the same thing they have been saying, that you cannot sell Baba in the mountain. But Baba is 100% sold. We are already at 50% and counting, you know. And already we know that Azimio is taking it home, and who wants to back a losing horse? So all this is smear campaign, propaganda. These things are going to come, and many, many, many more. But I also want to encourage that those people who are not per se aspirants focus on mobilizing for the presidential vote, so that as the aspirant is concerned about winning, especially for the assembly, if MCAs, or winning so that we have numbers in parliament, the other main seat of the president, all other people who are not aspirants should mobilize for that vote. Those ones, they don't need to have a poster, they don't need to all those things. All they need to say is mimi ni baba damu, and convert the next person. And the other day we had gone to a place called Ngata in Kajiado, just near Namanga. And as we had our meeting, we have an aspirant there, a KRP aspirant lady, Jane Nampaso, who is vying for the seat of Women Rep Kajiado County. And there was, in that meeting, just one guy who was for UDA. Everyone else there was Azimionated. And as we continued with our speeches, he said, musiniache huku kama mimi naitwa UDA, I convert, mimi mwache mmenibatiza. And so we left that place totally Azimionated. What I'm saying is, let's go converting one person by one, convert in your family, convert in your churches, convert everywhere. I mean, we will win with love. By the way, I wanted to address that issue of violence, that we want peaceful elections, and it's not cliche. It is possible to have peaceful elections, because winning is good. But even if you lose, you're not exiting Kenya. Myself, I was an aspirant in 2017, and I lost at the nominations. It hurt me, yes, but here I am. There's life outside of politics.
What were you aspiring to?
Yes?
What were you aspiring to? Women
I
right.
was an aspirant for I've come from far. I was an MCA aspirant in Pumwani Ward in Nairobi County, Kamkunji constituency. And so there's life outside of politics, and there's a tomorrow. You can try again. And you cannot take someone's life because of a seat. That is just not why we are in this. And already that proves that you should not even become a leader in the first place. Because leadership should not be at any cost or at all costs. That is not the kind of leadership. That is just completely failing, even in the integrity test, even in God's test, in the moral test, every test you have failed. So those are not the kind of leaders we want. I had a mantra then, and I want to repeat it now. Si lazima to bleed ndio walid. We can have politics of issues. We can just like football, or even as we were doing cheerleading squads in high school and all that. We just, cheer our team. But finally, when it loses, we accept. If it wins, we accept. And we shake hands and become a community again. So I really want to ask the young people, because usually it is the young people who are used to get involved in violence. So we are saying peaceful peaceful elections. Tusichafue mtaa
Okay.
zetu. Yes.
Your one statement on today's budget. It's
Uh,
is it a Ruto budget or a Baba budget?
to be very honest, Eric, I know that there was a budget today, but I've not listened to it because we were busy with this issue today, and we'll be finalizing on it tomorrow. So that has taken pretty much my day. I'll have to catch up with it later. So allow me to just skip that question.
Okay, and that's where we are ending our discussion tonight. Thank you, Isabella, for shedding lights on issues to do with the challenges that Azimio has been facing. And we are assured that issues have been sorted out. And going forward, we are going to have a formidable team, not cannibalizing each other, but potentiating each other towards realizing the big victory. We want a 70 plus victory, uncontested victory. We don't
Yes.
want that victory that leaves high doubts of how the election went. We want a landslide victory. For that to happen, each and every party that has signed up for Azimio should take the lead, convince from your members to your neighbors and to your colleagues, such that we work towards the victory that we want. We wish you all the best, our SGs, and now you will be coordinated under Raphael Tuchu. He's a good SG, and we believe that you guys will deliver the seat that Kenyans are waiting for. Have a lovely night. For Kenyans following us, thank you for the comments and the viewership. We ask you that you can continue watching and listening to, there is a debate going on led by Bernard. It is still the current affairs, and it's open for you to join and give your views. Have a lovely night.
Thank
We'll
you.
meet any other time.